Welcome to part 2 of our right join lesson. We will go over some more problems to further understand how right join works. So, we got to learn right join with 2 tables, with 3 tables, with a filter condition. Now, what we will do is that we will see this problem on a larger data set where we are going to consider 3 tables. One is the employee detail, second is the department info, and third one is the regions table. So, have a look at all these 3 tables. First is the employee detail. Let's execute it. And with this, you will get the output of 1000 employees. Their employee ID is 1 to 1000. Their first name, last name is there, like one Berry Menu. Email ID is there. When was hired, when this employee was hired, that was April 20th, 2006. Which department employee works is sports department. Gender is female. What is the salary and which region that person belongs to? That is region ID 3. Similarly, let's have a look at department info table. Let's execute this and we get the output. We have 24 different departments along with their division available. Automotive, hardware, similarly tools, hardware, phone and tablets, electronics, first aid, health. Like that, we have 24 different departments. Let's see what region table holds for us. And we get output as 3 columns and 7 rows. So what are the columns over here? It tells the region ID and which region ID belongs to which region as well as which country. Region ID 1 belongs to Southwest and country United States. Similarly, region ID 6 belongs to Quebec and country Canada. Like that, we have other region IDs as well. Great. So now let's solve a problem using right join over here. So what we are trying to do is that, let's suppose we need to get all the employees records. So what we are saying it, get all employee records and match it with the department. That is the department info table. Okay, with department info table based on which column? Based on department column. This is what we want to achieve. So in this scenario, assume our left table is the department info table and our right table is the employees detail table, because we want all the employee record. That will only come when it is the right table, since we are using right join. So we have to use right join over here, right? So I've given you all the hint. Figure out the query and pause the video, figure it out, and then we'll proceed. We will figure it out together as well, but first you give it a shot. Okay. So let's write this. What we are going to do is select star. Why select star? It will select all the columns in the output. It will give you all the columns in the output. From department info, we said this would be a left table, so department info would come just after from, as we have to alias it as D. Next, what we want is right join with which table? With employees detail table, right? As E. On, we have to give the common column. D dot department. What is the column? It is not just department column. It is departments underscore info underscore data underscore data. So always the column name will not remain same. Okay. That in both the table the column name should be same? No, that might not be the case. Let's execute this. Great, we got the output. So departments table was a left table. So first we will have columns from that, which is department info data and division. Then we will have column from employees table, and we have all the columns from the employee table starting from employee ID till region ID. We are joining it on which column? That is department column. If you see, for the first record, sports is the department in department table, as well as it is the column, or this is the value of department column in your employee table as well. So everywhere we are having the data which are matching, but there would be some places like over here. For department jewelry, I don't have any entry. That might be because of the spelling is wrong. That might be any other case, but I don't have a matching entry in my left table. That's why it is coming as null. Similarly, for over here also for jewelry. Let's see if we have somewhere else also. Over here also, same way for jewelry, we are having a blank record, null record. For camping, we are having null record. Might be the department name is different, might be the spelling is different. So if the spelling is also not exact match, it won't be able to figure out, and that's why we are having the null values. So great, we saw that we got output for all the 1000 employees. If you scroll down, you will see till 1000 employee ID, we are having the record. So for all the employee ID, we got the records. Great. So now let's if you see too many columns are there, right? Let's reduce it. Let's get the columns which are just important for us. So what we will do is that same thing, everything remains same. What we are going to do is just have a selective column. So I'll just copy this from here. This is what we are going to do. Get all employee records and match it with the department info based on department, and get only department and employee ID. This is the only column that we want as columns in output table. Right? So let's write the same query. Everything remains same. No change, just one minor change. And what is that minor change? I don't want select star. I don't want all the columns. I just want d dot department info underscore data, and which one column we want? We want employee ID. So e dot employee ID. That's it. Nothing else. Let's execute this. We have 1000 rows, right? If you scroll down, we have 1000 rows over here. Employee 1 till employee 1000. But the number of columns have reduced. There are many places where we have blank. The department is not matching. There would be something else. That's why we are not getting the record, right? So we got our output from the right join for the selective columns. Great. So we have been doing really great. Now suppose I want to filter records from the joint data that do not have a matching department. How can I write this in the code? So what we want is everything remains same. Okay, I want two columns. Filter the records which what we want, which doesn't have matching records in department info table, right? This is what we are looking for. Correct? So let me add this comment over here so that readability wise it is good. What we want to filter the records which doesn't have matching records in department info. We have seen this similar thing. Let's do it over here. Now how we will do it? Quickly, you can figure it out. You guys are super intelligent, right? Yes, absolutely correct. So what do we have to do? D dot department info underscore data is null. Correct? Let's execute this. And we got only those rows where we don't have any department. So we got only those employee IDs for which we don't have a department matching in the department info table. There could be any reason. There could be spelling mistake, the department is not present, whatever be the case. But it is not there, and that's how we got the output. Awesome. So now we performed a right join with department info and employee details and got a suitable column. Suppose I add on to a problem. In the final output, I want to get all region IDs and names from region data, region data set, region table that we have, and match with the first part's data based on region ID. How can we solve this? Pretty much simple, right? Just match this with what? So match this output with region table, right? Let's see how we will do this. Again, I'm copying this code because everything remains same. I am not changing anything. I'm just doing a add-on over here. What's the add-on? This output will behave as my left table and I want to do a right join with which table? With regions table, aliased as R. And how we will verify? Let's add few more columns over here. What are the columns? Columns is region dot region ID, comma, R dot region. That would give me the region name. On what column we have to join? On E dot. From employees table, we have the region ID column. I am joining it with which table? Region table. Based on which column? Region ID column. So what it is doing, I am picking up 4 columns, department info, that is the department name, employee ID, region ID and region. First, we are joining department info with employee details on department column, and then that output would be right joined with region table on region ID between employee table and the region table. Let's execute this. And we got the output. If you see, we have 4 columns and you would see we have all the employees mentioned over here. But the number of employees are reduced. Why we have a reduced number of employees? Any idea why we are having reduced number of employees over here? Because we are joining employee region ID with R dot region ID. Our department table doesn't have that. So wherever the region ID matches, that output only it will give me. And wherever, of course, this was blank, it is matching. It is not giving me output because department is not present. Correct? So we got all the output. Great. So to sum up, right join returns all the records from the right table and matching values from left table. Also, when no matching rows exist for a row in the right table, the columns of the left table will have nulls for all those records. Let's now generalize the syntax for right join. Here is the syntax similar to left join. As usual, we have select with the respective column names that we want from the 2 tables. Note that these tables can be written in a shortened alias name as seen further in the syntax. Next, we have from, and we mention the table name as table 1 from which we want to retrieve the data along with its as keyword and alias name. So T1 is the alias name for table 1. And it's continued with the right join keyword along with table 2 name and alias. So T2 is the alias name for table 2. Note that the right join can also be written as right outer join. Finally, we specify the match condition between the column values in both tables within the on clause.